Okay, in this video we're going to set up Graylog 3. This is the new version of Graylog that you can get from graylog.org. Now, if we go to their website and just click on Get Graylog, you'll see that we have a choice of an enterprise, which is just Graylog free, but you can pay for some extra support. And this one here, 100% free, 100% open source. So if we go over to the downloads page, you can see that there are many ways and many implementations of Graylog. Now, you can get an OVA file, which is just a pre-built open virtualization architecture VM that you could import into your virtual machine software. EC2 is an Amazon Elastic Compute. Don't quote me on that, but basically an Amazon Web Services image that you could install into an Amazon Web Services EC2 instance. Docker is a file ready to go for Docker. These three down here are for orchestration software. Tarball is for probably slightly more what I would describe as kind of hardcore Linux users that would make the program themselves. These two are the nice ones here. RPM would be for CentOS, Red Hat, Fedora, and Deb is for Debian-based systems, Debian, Ubuntu. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to go for the Deb installation. We're also going to have to install MongoDB and Elasticsearch 5. So I'm going to be doing this live, so forgive me if there are moments in it where things start to go wrong. In fact, it would be good if things start to go wrong, because you'll see the kind of challenge that we have here. So in my virtual machine software, VirtualBox, I've created a new Debian image, Debian 9.7. I've given it 16 gig, and you have to give it more than 4 gig of RAM. If you don't give it more than 4 gig of RAM, Elasticsearch and Java can't run properly. I think you just get an error page that comes up. I've encountered that in the past. So when you get to this stage, the software selection, what we're going to select is a desktop environment unticked. We just want an SSH server, standard system utilities. So we'll just hit continue on that, and Debian will be installed. And while that's taking place, we can go back over to the Graylog website and let's grab the Deb package. Okay, so it's thinking about it. It's transferring some data. Right. Okay, these are installation instructions here. So, now, for those of you that haven't done this before, these can seem quite daunting. However, let's just have a look at some of the prerequisites here. So we need to have Java 8, we need to have Elasticsearch, and we need MongoDB. So, Debian and apt. Download and install Graylog 3.0 latest Deb via dpkg and make sure apt transport HTTPS package is installed. So, just having a look at this, let's see, grab that. Then in this line, we'll be grabbing the latest Deb file. Then we'll be installing it, then we'll install the server. Okay, so that seems fairly straightforward. After completion, start it with the following command. Debian 9 systemctl. Oh good, they're using systemctl now. Before they used to have this Graylog config thing that was quite difficult to use. Right, okay. Systemctl enable, that'll enable it. If you're unsure about systemctl, watch my systemctl and apt video, and that'll make it quite clear. Right, update, we don't want to do that. Manual repo installation, we don't think we want to do that. Okay. Updates. Step by step Debian installation. Okay, that's where we want to go. Right, and this is going to tell us how to install everything we need. Okay, should not be done on publicly exposed servers. This does not cover security yet. We won't do security today. We'll just try and get the thing to work. Okay, so starting off with an apt upgrade and apt update. I don't like how they always presume that you have sudo installed. Right, we're almost done with our virtual machine. We're at this stage, so yes, we'll take the grub bootloader on the master boot record. There's my hard disk. Installing the grub bootloader, and we should be able to reboot and get, yep, finishing the installation. So we should be able to reboot and get in here in a second. And what I'll do is because I installed the SSH server into the machine, right, installation is complete, and remove the installation media. Don't worry about that. Okay, signal reboot is running. Okay, we want Debian. Let's just move this down so you can see what's going on. Okay. Right, here we are. So just log in. Alright, let's just do an IPA. Right, now I might have covered this before, but let's just move this up for you so you can see. Just zoom this back a little bit. I'm moving the wrong thing, that's why. Hold on. This one. Right. Move this up so you can see the bottom. Right, here we go. Okay, so here we've got an iNet address of 10.2. That's because it's in NAT mode. So what we're going to do is let's just shut down -h space now to be root to do that. Shut that down, and then I'm going to go to my virtual machine manager, and I'm going to go to settings, network, and let's shove this in bridged mode. We'll allow all on promiscuous mode as well. Right, let's start this up. Normal start. Now we should have an IP address from the on the local network. Okay, here we go. To help if I was actually typing in the machine. IPA. Let me just move this up so you can see. Right, there we go. That's more sane. We've got 192.168.100.83. So, if we shut the machine down now, let me just clear this so you can see. And let me just move this down. Okay. There we are. Elevate to root first. Right. Now that the machine's shut down, I'm going to go to my VirtualBox manager and I'm going to start in headless mode. Okay. And now what we should be able to do is go to the terminal. Okay. And SSH Michael at 192.168.100.83. Yep. Pop the password in. And there we go. We're into the machine now. So we've got our headless Debian server running, and we're ready to get on with these instructions. So let me just get us back to the browser. Here we go. So, okay, so there's some prerequisites. We'll need to install some packages. So let's grab these. PWGen's a good one. That's for, you could probably guess, generating passwords. Pretty obvious. But now that we're SSH'd in, we can easily switch between, we can easily copy and paste things in from our terminal to the browser, from the browser to the terminal, sorry. So like, let's elevate to root, and let's paste that in. So we're going transport HTTPS for apt, OpenJDK 8, UUID runtime, and PWGen. Let's just do a -y on there, and that'll mean it'll automatically say yes to everything. And then the next command we're going to run will be the apt update and apt upgrade command. So this is just running just now. We'll get the matrix for a few minutes. Says it's going to take 1 minute 7 seconds. Okay, 1 minute 7 seconds. 25 seconds now. Seems to be speeding up. I've given this machine 4 gig of RAM. I don't have a particularly fast internet connection, but let's see. 3, 2, 1, go. So it's downloaded everything. There we go, unpacking. And we should have OpenJDK. Yep. Start, stop, no longer supported. Adding. There we go. Right, we're done. So at this point, it's always handy to do an apt update. So yes, apt upgrade. Yes. Okay. Just grab any packages that we need. Okay, great. We don't need anything else. Right. So in the browser here, that's us completed step 1. So step 2. The official MongoDB repository provides the most up-to-date version and is the recommended way. So we're going to grab this. It looks like we're going to have to add a key to apt. On Ubuntu, this is usually done with PPAs, and Debian's just slightly different. Okay, what error? It's giving us an error. Let's have a look. Okay, so apt key. It says GNU Privacy Guard failed to start the dir manager, no such file or directory. GPG key server failed. Right, I've seen this before. Let's just try and pop that into Google and see what it says here. No dir manager. Install dir manager and that'll make it work. Right, let's install dir manager. Okay, it's thinking about it. I don't know if it's happy about it. Right, okay, and then let's try this command again. Looks good. Great, right, we've got the key. Okay, so the next step in this process is going to echo out a repo and pass it into the sources MongoDB list with this command. Let's see. So, I hate sudo. Let's just get rid of sudo out of there. Okay, all good. And we're going to update our apt configuration. And finally, we can install MongoDB-org. Okay. And apt. You don't even need this. You don't need this get anymore. That's the old way of doing it. Okay. Now, while that's installing, ticking away, we'll have a look at the next step. So, right, the last step is to enable MongoDB during the system startup. Okay, so these are systemctl commands. Is the last step. So if you're unsure about systemctl or apt, then you can watch my video on with a brief introduction. It gives you just what you need to know to get going with it. I don't claim to be an expert or anything, but what we're doing is we're doing a daemon reload and an enable. So when you enable something with systemctl, all you're doing is telling the computer that it can run on startup. So here we go. Let's go. Okay. I'm getting some errors about Docker here. Let's just bash on and see if we can. Okay, so daemon reload. Then we want to enable MongoDB.service. Okay, that's worked. And then we want to restart MongoDB.service. Great. So hopefully, apart from that Docker error, that should be this stage complete. And we're on to setting up Elasticsearch. Alright, so again, we're doing another key add here, but just watch out for this, the sudo there. Okay, it liked that. And then we're going to echo something across into the etc apt sources list. Let's go for, it looks like this is Elasticsearch 6 we're getting, rather than Elasticsearch 5, which is I put in the title of the video. Okay. Yep, that's good. It liked it. Apt update and apt install Elasticsearch OSS. So I'll just strip sudo out of there. Okay, that's running. Now, apparently, I have to modify the Elasticsearch YAML file and set the cluster name to Graylog. Remove the hash as first character the line and add action auto create index false. Okay, interesting. Right, so this is where things can get a bit ambiguous. I'm going to install Vim here because I'm going to have the cut down version, the old school VI editor by default, and it doesn't let you do certain brackets and things, and you have to know all these different commands. So if we get the more full featured Vim, it's a bit kinder. That's just processing just now. So we're going to find the etc elasticsearch.yaml file in a minute. So let's see, let's do vim. Okay, here we are in the Elasticsearch configuration file, and let's see. Right, cluster. Now it does say here, modify the Elasticsearch config file and set the cluster name to Graylog. Additionally, you need to uncomment the hash as first character. Alright, okay, we can do that. So there's cluster.name. Alright, so let's just delete the hash, and then let's just check we're going to do this right. Cluster.name to Graylog. Oh, VI, why do you punish me so? Okay. Right, make sure we go into insert mode and we're doing space Graylog. Alright. And also another, let's go back into escape mode. Another change we need to make is action auto create index is false. Alright, so let's just have a look for action auto create index. Action auto create index. Great. Add that to the... it looks like we have to add this in. You'd think it would already be there and we just had to uncomment it. Okay. Okay, so... Right. Let's add this in then. So... Okay, action. Let me just move this screen for you so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, action dot auto. So action dot auto underscore create underscore index colon space false. Alright, and I don't like that. There we go, that's a bit better. Comment it out. After you've modified the configuration, you can start Elasticsearch. Right, so let's just do escape and ZZ there. Okay, and let me just move my terminal back down so you can see the top of it. There we go. Alright, so now we've got to start Elasticsearch. So let's do another systemctl daemon reload. And and enable Elasticsearch.service, so that's to get it to start. And systemctl restart Elasticsearch.service. Okay. Good. No errors there. Now, we've got MongoDB, we've got Elasticsearch. The next stage is to install Graylog. So we're going to use wget. Now, wget's a very handy command. It just literally means like dub, go on the internet and download this package, and it's given it the path to the latest .deb file. So there we go. That's downloaded. That was very quick. Now we want to do this command. dpkg-i just means Debian package install, and there is the package. Okay, unpacking, setting up, bang, there we go. Now we do an apt update and apt install Graylog server. Alright, and just watch out for the sudo over here. Okay, that should be it. Alright, now follow the instructions in your /etc/Graylog server /server.conf and add password_secret and root password SHA-2. These settings are mandatory, and without them they will start. However, first of all, you need to use the following command to create your root_password_SHA-2. Okay, so remember, I'm not covering security in this. Obviously, if this was a production server, I wouldn't be showing you the password to it, but for the purposes of showing people how to do this, we'll do it here. To be able to connect to Graylog, you should set the HTTP bind address to the public host name or public IP address of the machine you can connect to. Okay, so for this purpose, we'll probably shove it on the loopback address. Okay, so it wants us to do this. It's the terminal's telling us to start Graylog, but we shouldn't do that because it won't start. It's saying here HTTPS REST API. You can use Nginx or Apache as a reverse proxy. Interesting, right? Okay, so let's do this command. So we're gonna see what this does. Right, enter a password. So I'm just gonna make the password for Graylog Michael. Simple as that. Ah, there we go. And so there's a SHA-512. Now, what we should probably do is grab a wee copy of that, pop it in a text file. So I'll do this, get Sublime Text open, and we'll fire our password into Sublime Text. Pop it over here. Right. Now, we have to head to the etc Graylog server server.conf directory. So let's just get in there. Oh, here we go. How exciting. How exciting this world is when Graylog has its own config file. Alright. Add password_secret and root password SHA-2. Right, so let's have a look down here. Follow the instructions. Right. So we're probably going to need a second terminal for this. pwgen. Let's highlight that. Let's do edit. Right. Going to grab another terminal. So it's asking me to generate a secure pepper. Use at least 64 characters. Okay. So in another terminal, we're going to type pwgen -n space 1 space -s space 96. Right. I've generated a secure pepper, whatever the hell that is. Copy. Right. So let's go down here, back into insert mode. There. See if it likes that. Okay. Then we need to change the root password SHA12, and here it is here. And so I believe that is what we generated earlier. So let's grab that from Sublime Text and pop it in there. Okay, so there's our root password now. Okay, so let's just go over these instructions again. Follow the instructions in the server conf and add the password secret. Okay. And the root password SHA12. You need the following command to create the SHA12. Right. Okay. I'll bring this browser back on so you can see. Right. To be able to connect to Graylog, you should set the HTTP bind address to the public host name. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is find this HTTP bind address. So let's just go all the way down. Aha! The HTTP bind address. Right. It's defaulted on. Right, it's defaulted on. Let's just use 127.0.0.1, and there's the IPv6 equivalent. So let's go into insert mode. There. Okay, so we've done the back to the browser. We've done the HTTP bind address here. Public host name. If you're operating a single node setup and would like to use HTTPS for the Graylog web interface and REST API, it's possible to use Nginx or Apache as a reverse proxy. Okay, so it doesn't look like we need to do anything else there. So let's just save that config file. Right, and now we're doing a daemon reload again. Okay, we're going to enable the Graylog service and start the Graylog service, and hopefully with any luck it will start. Yes, good when that happens, nice and quick. Okay, the next step is to ingest messages. So I think this may be working now. Now, I might end up being quite embarrassed here if it's not, but I can live with it. So let's go back to our browser. Okay. Now, I set this on the local host address, and we know that the address of our server, because I SSH'd into it, is 192.168.100.83. So let's just try 192.168.100.83. Okay, let's try port 9000. Unable to connect. Great. Maybe we need to go and specify that. Let's go back to these instructions. Nginx HTTP bind address. Okay. Warning. Okay. Let's go back to the terminal and see what's happening. So, first thing to do is start troubleshooting. We'll do ctl status graylog.service. That's annoying, isn't it? Well, that's annoying. What is it called? Graylog server. Right. It's running. I think we need to manually specify that IP in the config file. So let's get that command back, the vi command. Back in here again. Oh, it's jump. Let's do okay. Right. And let's restart somewhere here. Let's do a restart. Okay, so we don't have the web interface. This is what we got so far. Probably the best thing to do would be to have a look at var log. So tail -f /var log messages. No, Graylog server.log. What a logical name. Right. Okay, let's have a look. REST API is up at 192.168.100.83. Okay. :9000. Let's have a look. Aha, here we go. This is what we wanted to see. Username admin, and I think the password by default is admin. Nope, password is Michael because I set it earlier. Haha, here we go. And this is the kind of Graylog home pages. Okay, looks like we're in, and it's just loading up now. Yep, here we go. All right, great. Graylog 4.3, send in first log messages. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to go and configure a network device to send some syslog messages in, and we'll get them sending in and we can see them coming up in Graylog. Okay, so now that we've got Graylog up and running, it's time to configure the first input to the server. So if we go up to System and then Inputs, let's just look for something like raw plain text UDP. Let's launch this new input. Okay, so input should start on all nodes. Select a name, test input. We're going to bind it to port 5000. Receive buffer worker threads. Let's save that. Okay, so that's now running. So it's listening on port 5000. So what we need to do is, from a second Linux computer on the LAN, let's just set up, let me just get a window capture here. Okay, so what I've done is I've written a short while true loop. While true, do logger -n, the name of the Graylog server, port 5000, hello Michael, sleep 2, echo log sent, done. So what this should do is it should send a message that says hello Michael to this IP, to this port, sleep for 2 seconds, say log sent, and then go again. So, okay, and right. So now if we go back to search, look at this. So we can actually see here, here's these messages saying hello Michael coming into the server, and here's our histogram. And let's take this off. Updating every 5 seconds. And here we go, look at all these messages coming in. So let's just change our input. And what we're going to do is I'm going to change it to say goodbye Michael. Goodbye Michael. And that's now running. Log sent, log sent. So let's just try and zoom this out a little bit for you so you can see exactly what's going on here. So what we're going to do, there, that's better, is make this so you can actually see what's going on. Okay. browser. Okay, so what we're going to do, we've got the goodbye messages coming in, we've got the hello messages coming in. I'm going to stop this sending to the syslog server now. Now, as you can see, we've got our histogram here, and look, 25 messages, 30 messages, 27 messages. So let's add this to a dashboard. Okay, let's create a dashboard, and we'll call it hello goodbye dashboard. Description can be the same as the name, although I got a feeling it chucks an error at you for this. No, it likes it. Title, search result graph, create. Alright. Now, what we can do in Graylog is click on dashboards, and here's our hello goodbye dashboard. So let's go there, and there's our graph. Now, take it into edit mode. We can make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and let's do that's better. Now, what we can do is, let's say then that was a measure of some messages. Let's jump back to our search area. Okay, and at the moment we should probably add in the timestamp. List all fields. List all fields. Right, streams, let's turn all of this on. We've got 87 messages, so let's add a count to our dashboard. Display a trend. Okay, and we can go lower is better, higher is better. Let's not display the trend. Let's just add that. Okay, so now that we've added the count to the dashboard, let's go back to dashboards, our hello goodbye dashboard, and there we go. We've got our histogram graph, and we've got our search results there. So as you can see, this, oh, I don't know how it just went down to 71. Very odd. Unlock and edit, and let's move this over like that. Okay, and let's grab our search result count and pop it here. Okay, now let's say, let's lock that so we can't edit it, and let's update in the background. Now let's say I want to start sending some more messages in. Let me just kick off my logger bash script on the other system, and remember this was for the last few seconds, so and there you go, we got live info coming in right now. Hover over there, 3 messages. Now let's say you were to come in the morning and you saw this, you would know that there was an issue with your hello goodbye server during 15:54, 15:55. And look, there we go, we can actually see this changing in real time. I believe I've got it set to 5 seconds, so if I keep the mouse over there, there we go, that's the messages coming in and the count's going up. So I think that probably covers a basic installation and a basic dashboard for Graylog. I may take this further in some other videos where we can start looking at metrics, but if you are having an issue installing or setting up Graylog, I hope that that's been a help to you, and I hope also, you know, you can certainly have a look at this in your environment if you perhaps think that, you know, Splunk might be a little bit too expensive, or, you know, if you think that this might be something you want to try out. So please feel free to message me if you're having any issues, and yeah, I hope that video was helpful. Thanks.